I should have left the wedding the moment I saw the bride smashing her own head into the bathroom wall. But everyone kept acting like it was normal. That's the part I still can't understand. Not the screaming, not the blood, not even what happened to the groom. It's the fact that nobody wanted to admit something was seriously wrong with her. This happened last October. My friend Daniel invited me to his wedding out in a rural town about 2 hours from where I lived. We weren't super close anymore, but we grew up together, so I felt obligated to go. The wedding venue was this old countryside hotel, surrounded by dead trees and foggy fields. Beautiful during the day. But at night, the place felt wrong. Too quiet. Too isolated. I remember arriving late in the afternoon and immediately noticing how tense everyone seemed. Nobody was laughing much. Even Daniel looked exhausted. Then, I met the bride. Her name was Vanessa, and the first thing she did was stare directly at me for about 5 straight seconds without blinking. Then, she smiled. Not a normal smile. It looked forced, painful, like she was trying to remember how humans do it. I brushed it off at first. People act weird at weddings. Stress, nerves, whatever. But during dinner, things started getting uncomfortable. Vanessa kept randomly standing up in the middle of conversations and walking away without saying anything. At one point, an elderly woman accidentally bumped into her chair. Vanessa slapped her across the face, hard. The entire room went silent, and Vanessa just stood there, breathing heavily like an animal cornered in a trap. Daniel quickly apologized and pulled her away while everyone awkwardly pretended not to notice. That should have been enough for me to leave, but it only got stranger. About an hour later, I went looking for the bathroom near the back hallway of the hotel. That's when I heard the banging. At first, I thought someone was trying to break a door down. But when I got closer, I realized it was coming from inside the women's bathroom. Then I heard whispering. Fast. Panicked. Like someone arguing with themselves. I slowly pushed the door open and froze. Vanessa was standing in front of the mirror, repeatedly slamming her forehead into the wall beside it. Over and over. Blood was already running down the side of her face, but she didn't seem to feel it. She just kept whispering, "It won't let me do it." Again and again. "It won't let me do it." I remember backing away slowly because something about her expression terrified me. She looked completely disconnected, like she wasn't fully there anymore. Then she suddenly stopped and looked directly at me through the mirror. I swear her eyes looked almost black in that lighting. She smiled again, then said, "You shouldn't stay after the dancing starts." I left the bathroom immediately. My heart was pounding so hard I felt sick. I found Daniel outside near the parking lot smoking by himself. I told him Vanessa needed serious help. He just stared at the ground and quietly said, "She gets episodes." Episodes. Like that explained anything. I asked him why the wedding was still happening. He said something I still think about constantly. She's worse when people leave. I didn't know what the hell that meant. But I should have gotten in my car right then and driven home. Instead, I stayed because I was curious, and because deep down, everyone thinks bad things only happen to other people. Around 10 p.m., the dancing started, and the atmosphere completely changed. Vanessa suddenly became energetic, too energetic. She was dancing violently in the middle of the floor while everyone watched nervously. Not normal dancing, jerking movements, almost twitching, like her body was moving faster than it should. Then she started grabbing random guests, pulling them close, whispering things into their ears. One woman burst into tears afterward and refused to say what Vanessa told her. Another couple left immediately. Then the music suddenly stopped. Vanessa was standing perfectly still in the center of the dance floor, looking toward the hallway leading to the hotel rooms. I'll never forget what she said next. Very softly, "He's here." Nobody moved. Then Vanessa began laughing. Not loud, not hysterical. Quiet laughing. The kind that sounds genuinely insane. Daniel tried grabbing her arm. She turned and slapped him so hard he fell into a table. And that's when the lights went out. Complete darkness. People started screaming immediately. I heard chairs falling over, glass breaking. Then came the sound of running footsteps through the reception hall. Fast, chaotic. And somewhere in the dark, Vanessa was still laughing. I pulled my phone flashlight out and turned it on. And for maybe 1 second, I saw her, standing at the end of the hallway. Completely still. Blood covering the front of her dress. Smiling directly at me. Then she sprinted into the darkness. Not ran. Sprinted. Full speed. Like something chasing prey. The lights came back on maybe 30 seconds later. Vanessa was gone. So was Daniel. People searched the entire hotel for almost an hour. Then, somebody found Daniel outside, behind the building, curled up on the ground, shaking violently. He kept repeating the same sentence over and over. She told him yes. Nobody knew what he meant. Vanessa was never found that night, or ever as far as I know. The wedding was obviously canceled. Police questioned everyone for hours. But here's the part that still bothers me most. When I got home the next morning, there was dried blood on the sleeve of my jacket. Not unusual considering the chaos. Except underneath the blood, written in something sharp, like fingernail scratches, or 3 words. You stayed too long.